Hey everyone, Rob from Southgate Media Group here. Before we get started with this podcast, we have a quick message. If this is your first time checking out the show, we love that you found us and we really hope you enjoy it. What we have to say is for the subscribers. If you enjoy our shows, would you please donate to help keep these going? We don't want to have to put traditional ads on these shows, but this does cost money. So we really do rely heavily on donations. To make a donation to the show, please go to our website, www.southgatemediagroup.com. Go to the page for the show, and in the upper right-hand corner is a donate button. It takes you right to PayPal, and you can donate whatever amount you want. Thanks a lot for listening, everybody. And now on with the show.
Welcome to the Blue Box. It is Geektastic Cage Match Night.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. So tonight we have a special father-son edition. It's going to get bloody, folks. Somebody's getting hit with a chair.
I'm taking them down.
We've got Ward and Quincy, and we're talking Geek Versus tonight. So, boys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Ward, you've been busy. You've been on a lot of these shows lately.
I know. I'm just podcasting it up.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. And Quincy, you've been on a few things before, but tonight is your first night really working without a net at all.
Yeah.
The net's in the car. That was a terrible joke. Okay, so let's get into this one. I'm going to start with a geek one first.
All right.
All right. We're going to tend to go towards geek, I have a feeling, but we're going to start with a geek one here first. And already, before I say it, I'm already finding a flaw, so I want to bring something up about it. We can define it however you want.
All right.
You'll know what I mean in a second. Robin versus Bucky. So Robin the Boy Wonder versus Bucky, Captain America's buddy.
So I would assume you're.
You just tell me what you think.
Well, I just want to predict and see guess and see if I have your hesitation figured out, and that's the fact that Robin's pretty wide open, and there's a lot of different
like 5 Robins.
Right?
Yeah,
so
right.
I don't even know that I could name them all or know that much about most of them.
Right.
To me, growing up, because of Batman 66. Thank you. I was
Yes.
I was going to say 8, but I knew it wasn't right, and then it was stuck. But growing up with Batman 66 and everything, Dick Grayson is Robin to me. But okay, so Bucky versus Robin.
Bucky versus Robin.
I say Bucky.
And why do you say Bucky?
Well, because I'm not a.
Because you know his name? Because he's cool? What is it?
I mean, it was pretty cool when he ended up becoming the Winter Soldier Captain America, too. That was a good movie, I gotta say.
Okay, so you're saying Bucky because of Winter Soldier. What do you say, Ward? You got an argument either way?
I think I'm going to have to go Robin.
Okay, why are you going Robin?
I think it's just because I grew up way more familiar with Batman and Robin than I did Captain America. It wasn't, we had Batman on TV.
Sure.
He was a big superhero. Everybody was Batman for Halloween, even when we got the plastic costumes with the plastic masks. So I think it's more of a nostalgia history thing for me.
Okay, that makes sense to me. You know what? For me, I'm going to say Robin, and I'll tell you why. Because there's so many iterations of Robin, and when you think about it, like there's the Red Hood Robin. Mm-hmm. There's Damian, who is Batman's son, who became a Robin.
Right.
There's a lot there. But if we took that out of it, if we just went the idea of Robin versus the idea of Bucky, I actually was always more of a Bucky guy. I always thought that was an interesting character, and when he became Winter Soldier, it was like, yeah, he's awesome. But I think now, at this moment in time, I'm going to say Robin.
Yeah, I agree, though. Bucky is such a cool idea, that role reversal of that, where Bucky was the guy that he looked up to, and he was his hero. Well, but not even that. How the story twisted. Before Steve Rogers became Captain America, Bucky was his friend and hero.
Right.
You know, Bucky protected him. He looked up to Bucky. Bucky was an athlete. All these things, you know, he was going off to fight in the war, and Steve Rogers couldn't do that. And then at some point the tables flipped.
Right.
But they still were the friends, and there still was that.
Well, and then there's a lot of depth to the character when he becomes Winter Soldier because he's a, I'm using quotes, bad guy.
Right.
But then he's not. And eventually, Winter Soldier, spoiler, becomes Captain America.
Right.
So I might have just talked myself out of Robin and back into Bucky. What do you guys think? Bucky?
Woo!
Oh, wow. Captain America, Bucky is Captain America's sidekick. Yeah. Okay, Robin? Which one is it? You think, who's better? Robin. You guys are saying Robin. Okay. Yeah. You know what? We're going to go with Robin on that one. So, sorry, Quincy. You fail.
But I think it's close. I think it's a close one. I think Robin wins by a bit.
Okay. What about TV dads? We're going to move on to a next one. Do you watch the Goldbergs?
No.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't even know what it is. Goldfer. Okay. What about what's that other show with the Dunphys? What's that other show with the Dunphys?
Oh,
Anybody?
that's Modern Family, which is really funny because my wife says that I am Phil Dunphy.
So the dad on Modern Family versus the dad on the Goldbergs, but you don't know who the Goldbergs are.
But I don't know the Goldbergs, so I know of the Goldbergs. I know what it is, but I don't.
It's Jeff Garlin.
Right.
And as much as I love Phil Dunphy, I'm all the Jeff Garlin character.
Are you?
Yep. I'm going Goldbergs.
I don't know either of these shows.
Okay, they don't count. Anyone out here watch these? Goldbergs? Phil Dunphy for you. Okay, since you guys don't really know this show that well, let's try it another way. We put them in a cage. They have to fight to the death. Who wins? Goldberg's dad or Phil Dunphy? Phil is more spry. And he was a male cheerleader.
That's right.
Jeff Garlin and
dad on the Goldbergs, and he walks around in his underwear most of the time.
Yeah.
And he's
in 1 hour, I can demonstrate that.
But I don't think Phil Dunphy could actually survive a fight. The dad on the Goldbergs could probably actually take a hit.
Solid point.
That's just wear him out. Yeah, Ali style. Just keep moving until the other guy is worn out. And
Okay. So we've heard the arguments. What do you guys think for the fight, the dad fight of the century? Phil Dunphy?
I'm gonna go Phil.
How about the Goldberg's dad? Yeah, that's one. Okay.
Pity
Phil
vote.
Dunphy wins the fight, but I'm saying the Goldberg's dad is the better.
Yeah.
The better one. He wins that. Trilogies. The Matrix trilogy. Last time we did this, we started that, and then it quickly became no, just the first movie.
Right.
No.
Right.
Trilogy.
Okay.
The Matrix trilogy versus Jurassic Park trilogy. Trilogy. Now, forget the new Jurassic Park coming out. What'd you say, Quincy?
Never saw any of those movies, but I want to see Jurassic Park soon. That's actually
that's
on
a
the list.
dad fail. Yep.
That is a dad fail. You should have at least seen the first Jurassic Park by now. So
Molly's seen it, so you failed.
And I saw a review for the second one or something.
I saw a review for it.
No, it was like
Dinosaur eats person.
The end.
Episode 2.
Gosh, I think
it's a tough question.
It's tough because I mean it's like you said, there's the movies and then there's the trilogy, and it's hard.
Yeah,
to
if
like
you put
keep,
one against one, first Matrix versus first Jurassic Park, I think, in my opinion, it's a no-brainer. I think Matrix crushes it. But when you take trilogy to trilogy...
Wait, I'm confused now. Are we actually, isn't this, it's supposed to be like we're putting the things in a cage match, them fighting to the death, or
No,
what
no,
would
it's
it be,
better.
like Morpheus versus a T-Rex?
Nope.
It's which is better and why.
Morpheus versus a T-Rex.
I want to see that.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't? That sounds awesome.
But I want to know with the
versus
dinosaur,
T-Rex.
would the T-Rex pick the red or the blue pill? I don't.
If you take the blue pill, you will have to fight a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
He'd take the red pill because it's like blood.
Yeah.
So back to it. Which is the better trilogy? Matrix or Jurassic Park?
I think I would end up. Again, this is another one. It's tough to pick for me because they're both such good collections of movies. I think I am going to have to pick The Matrix because I always tend to like the sci-fi computery, geeky stuff like time travel, bending time and space.
And it does have those vampires. We didn't get enough of them, but there's like vampires.
Yeah, exactly. So like I always
Monica Bellucci or
and
the
idea. I mean, granted, the idea of cloning a dinosaur and creating a dinosaur park is fantastic. I mean, the original book is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, but The Matrix, I think, as far as a creative, fresh idea, just is even 10 times better. You know, I mean, it was such a great idea, and I think they did well in those movies. There's points where they failed at certain parts of the movies and certain steps of the story, but overall, I think I would pick The Matrix because I think it's just a strong collection of
now Quincy.
Stories.
I'm going to ask this because did you see Matrix?
No.
Okay.
But
so we're going to take it a different way.
But being his child, I should at least know who Morpheus is.
Okay, so here's the question for you then. If we've got the 2 trilogy box sets sitting on the shelf, which is the one you grab first? Which is the one, if your dad says you can watch any of it, which is the one? Because that's going to tell us which one wins the cage match for you.
Probably Jurassic Park. I don't know, that just sounds more interesting to me.
Dinosaurs are awesome.
Dinosaurs are awesome.
Okay.
Dinosaurs are awesome. Lego movie.
So, all right. I want to hear it. For you guys, Jurassic Park or Matrix? Jurassic Park. Matrix? That is a split. We go to the tiebreaker. You guys behind the counter here at the blue box. Matrix or Jurassic Park as a trilogy? Hands up or yell or something. Yell. Oh, you're weak. Yeah, okay, I'm going to ask it the same way I did for Quincy. If they're sitting on the shelf, you've got the trilogy for the Jurassic Park, you got the trilogy for the Matrix sitting on a shelf. You can watch either. Which one are you grabbing first?
I think the Matrix.
The Matrix. What are you saying? It's still a tie. I'm not going to tie break it because actually I don't think I can. It's a really tough question.
Tough one, yeah.
I lean towards Matrix because it's awesome. But then I think, but there's dinosaurs and Samuel Jackson and Newman gets attacked. And,
I know, but then bullet time.
And then there's the T-Rex in the swimming pool. There's a T-Rex in a swimming pool. I mean, come on. Okay, we're moving on. We mentioned this earlier tonight. It wasn't on this podcast, but we mentioned Sharktopus or Sharknado.
Sharknado, right.
Sharknado.
But you guys know what Sharktopus and Sharknado are, right? Everybody know what that is?
I know what Sharknado is. I don't know what
Sharknado is a tornado of sharks.
I know.
Sharktopus is an octopus and a shark mushed together. Which is more? They both sound cool, don't they? Which one is more cool? A shark that's half octopus or a tornado of sharks?
Definitely a tornado of sharks.
I think a tornado of sharks, yes.
Everybody agrees tornado of sharks.
Yes.
I'm going to take it one step further. A tornado of sharks and octopuses sounds
Whoa.
even better. And as it spins around, it inks and then it bites you, and it's just
suckers. These tentacles come flying by and just stick to you and pick you up.
Does that not sound like the greatest movie? That starts at 5 stars, and all they can do is like drop stars by adding Tara Reid and things like that.
Octonado.
Oh, yes, true. Texas Chainsaw Sharktonado.
So wait,
that sounds like a heck of a movie.
Would Sharknado, how would you say that? Shark, octopus, Sharknado?
Sharktopusnado.
I like Sharknado.
Sharktopusnado.
What is Sharknado?
Shocknado.
Why is it Shocknado?
Shark, octopus, tornado, Shocknado.
Sharktonado. Well, looks like we got an explicit rating on that one.
We know.
All right, moving ahead.
Hey, lady.
This is one that was suggested. I think this is not my category, but I'm going to use it anyway. Gloves versus mittens.
What?
I told you. Martha, I told you that was a lame one. What do you guys think? Gloves. Or mittens? You said it. Yep.
I go with gloves because mittens always just cause a problem with me.
Mittens cause a problem.
Someone's wearing a mittens right there.
See, are we just talking? I mean, it depends. Mittens have their.
If they're in a cage and they're fighting to the death.
They'd just sit there.
Gloves would win.
Yeah,
Gloves
gloves
would win the fight.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, okay, so which is better, gloves or mittens?
Gloves.
Most time gloves, I think. Gloves
You're saying gloves. You're saying gloves. You're
Oh
saying
my
mittens.
goodness, there are two people in the audience who both have gloves and mittens.
Yeah. You know what? I'm all about the gloves because I don't like that I can't do things with my fingers.
Right.
So,
But
what do
if
you guys
you're out,
think?
sorry.
I want to hear it. Gloves,
Yay!
mittens. One for mittens, you lose. I'm so sorry, you lose. Okay, that was a lame one. She came up with other lame ones. We'll get to those later. Does anyone have a good matchup they want to throw out? Yep.
Jake from Adventure Time.
Yes.
And the Plastic Man from the comics.
Oh.
Jake from Adventure Time versus Plastic Man.
Jake the dog, he's
Whatever you
stretches and
answer,
stuff.
it's going to be painful because they both win. What do you say?
No, it's Jake, Maggie.
Jake. Let's hear it.
Ooh, that's a tough one because I enjoyed Adventure Time and also.
But Plastic Man. I think that's all I can say is but Plastic Man.
But Plastic.
Don't you love how his goggles are like move with his face like they're rubber? Oh, it's so great. Or they're plastic.
It's, you know what? I never thought about it, but it's very Doctor Who-ish. Are you my mummy?
Oh, yes.
With
How
the-
it transforms. Oh. So, okay, Quincy, say it. I want to hear it. What do you think?
Ooh, it's a tough decision, but I'm gonna go with Jake.
Jake, what do you think?
I'm going to have to go with Plastic Man because I grew up loving Plastic Man. I
Me
also.
too. How did Bruce Campbell never get cast as Plastic Man?
Oh my God!
I
That-
know.
oh, whoa! You just blew my mind. That
Yep,
would.
that's right.
Whoa!
That's right. And he's
Nice.
getting too old to play Plastic Man, so unfortunately,
Yeah.
he would have been.
He would have to be
perfect.
plastic surgery, man. Thank you. I'll be here all night.
Nice.
Yeah, I would have to pick Plastic Man. I don't know Adventure Time that well. I missed out on the details of Adventure
You're
Time.
missing out because it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm
it's-
aware of
It is
it.
a tough call because
but-
Jake is
Yeah,
Jake
so-
works. That is a good matchup.
Adventure
All right,
Time, come on,
audience.
grab your friends.
Jake, I want to hear it. And waving your hands alone.
Yay!
Okay, Plastic Man. What was that? I think Jake won that because you Plastic Man fans were so lame. Plastic Man wins because I think
They couldn't.
That's right. The little ones are loud. So that one was actually kind of a tie, I would say. I do love Jake. I am actually wearing a shirt with Jake on it right now.
Oh, look at that!
And
You
Finn.
do.
And Finn, yes. Jake is a great character, and it is a good matchup. But Plastic Man, that's all I can say.
Plastic
Okay, Doctor Who fans, this is going to be tough because you may not know it.
Oh,
This is a tough one, though. Oh, I wish Chris was here. David Tennant, wait for it, versus Tom Baker. We're not talking David Tennant versus Matt Smith, which is the easy one that people go, I'm a Matt Smith guy. I'm a Tom. No. Tom Baker, David Tennant, I think is the worst matchup possible.
Oh my gosh, I can't choose. I can't choose.
Quincy, do you know Tom Baker?
he's the fourth, right?
He's the scarf guy. Yep.
Oh yeah, the scarf. Okay. Yeah, I know he is.
Jelly
I like to call him.
bellies,
I like to call
canine.
him the David Tennant of the original.
He
run.
is. He is. That's why it's such a good matchup.
Yeah.
Ward,
He
what do
was
you think?
He was the superstar then. You know, as much as I love the old Doctor Who, grew up, watching bits and pieces of it, couldn't watch it all because we just caught it, late at night on PBS.
Were you an only child?
No, I have a.
That's
I have
why.
a-
I was an only child. I'd stay in my room and the doors closed and parents didn't. There was no one making commotion. So I'd watch Doctor Who on my little black and white TV.
See, we didn't have a TV in my room.
Monty
at that
Python
time,
and then
so-
right into Doctor Who. That was my childhood.
See, I was usually trying to get Dr. Demento on the radio.
Monty
so.
Python.
that was after. If you stayed up late enough, it reran.
Well, but see.
I didn't sleep.
Yeah, see, I didn't stay up that late. And it played really late down in where I'm from, so.
Busy watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer to sleep.
Oh,
I watch that
that's-
now as
That
I go
is
to
worth
sleep.
not sleeping for, Buffy
So,
the Vampire Slayer.
what is
So-
it?
so-
what is it? Tom Baker, David Tennant.
So I have, I love those old ones, and I remember this kid. But the new series just has been so great. Stories are so great. I'm gonna have to throw this one to David Tennant.
Okay, what do you say, Quincy?
Which one is David Tennant again? I forgot. Is he the 11th or the 10th? I can't remember.
10.
He's the 10th
Oh, he's the 10th,
Doctor.
okay.
He's the one with the sand shoes, man.
Okay,
He's the Rose storyline.
All right. I was all confused for a second there.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with David Tennant as well.
Because you're all about him and you're all about the bass. Got it. All right.
Please don't start that.
What about the audience? This is a hard question, isn't it? I think it's really difficult. Tom Baker or David Tennant?
David Tennant. I also prefer not to choose because I've actually seen some of the classics and Baker is really good. But if I absolutely had to choose, I'd choose Tennant. Yeah.
So, do I even need to ask any Tom Baker?
No.
No. Okay, I want to say my thoughts on it really quick. I am so torn on this one because my first initial reaction when I looked down was, oh, David Tennant, because those are just so amazing and it's all the big David Tennant feels. And then I remember the impact Tom Baker had on my geek life.
Yep.
And whenever I see him in something and I see the jelly bellies and the scarf and how awesome he is, it's like, it might be Tom Baker. That's a tough one.
It
and
is.
think about it, in the 50th when he showed up at the end,
Uh-huh.
that was actually more exciting than when David Tennant showed up, as exciting as it was when David Tennant showed up.
Yeah.
Although when he said, I don't want to go, I'm getting all misty now. Okay, let's moving on. Tonight we talked about vinyl records and things. I want to say, vinyl versus CD. What do you think?
I'm going to go right away with CD because I know nothing about vinyls.
Okay, so CD. What do you think?
Oh, jeez.
Well, you just heard about vinyl. Is that something you're interested in, or is that CD for you?
CD.
See,
All right.
this one's pretty easy for me because
I hear the peanut gallery out there.
I've moved completely away from CDs. I'm all digital download. So if I was going to buy something physical now,
Yeah.
I would go with the vinyl.
Okay.
It's intriguing to me. I've always kind of wanted to collect vinyl. I've just never had the time, the money, the space,
Right.
all that goes with it being a collector.
You need a TARDIS. It's
And
bigger on the
I
inside.
never
You can
knew
store
that.
more.
And, what's that?
You can store more in your TARDIS if you get one.
That's true. But I did not know that until the podcast earlier tonight when he talked about how a lot of the artists are now releasing their new vinyls with digital download.
Yeah.
That's very intriguing. Like that would.
That's
you know,
a really
if I got
interesting
into
idea.
vinyl,
So
that
which
would
is it?
really
Vinyl? For you, it's vinyl.
So for me, it'd be vinyl over CD for sure.
Okay. This is an interesting crowd. I have a feeling I know where we're going to skew. Vinyl or CD? If you were going to buy music, which one is it? Vinyl?
Yeah.
CD? Vinyl won!
Yes.
I didn't think that was going to happen. I think it would happen in our house because we love listening to our vinyl albums. We don't listen to it a lot because you end up listening to your MP3s a lot.
Right.
But when you're ready to sit down and enjoy,
I
all
listen
about
to
that
my
vinyl.
I listen to my MP3 player a lot of good songs.
You have a record player.
No,
You said record player.
no.
so
I
that's
said
vinyl.
MP3 player.
Oh, you did? I heard record player because I got excited. Okay. Any
That
other
happens a
any
lot.
other from the audience?
For me, it would be about the album art and the jackets, like you said.
Yes.
I remember
The
being a little kid and sitting on the floor with my uncle's records and my mom's records.
Yes, and even those
Yeah,
horrible ones that were your parents, you still were like,
It didn't
it's
matter.
Bobby Vinton, and you're like, it's awesome, and it's not awesome, but it's still great, right?
I remember my.
Sit there and go through all of them.
Yes.
I remember as a
I'm
kid
with
sitting
you.
in the living room and my dad having the Sgt. Pepper album, and it unfolded.
That's
and
a mind blower
And
when
it
you're
had
a kid.
it had the punch out pieces, like the little
Yes.
mustaches that they had, and it just drove me insane that he wouldn't let me punch those out and play
Yes.
with them. And you're like, no, leave them alone. And
My
I'm like,
favorite
"But
thing-
their mustaches. I would have.
Was that album, going through and trying to figure out who everybody was?
Yeah.
On the CD, you can't really do that. It's so small, and now people, oh, well, if I want to do that, I pull up a digital picture on my computer. Not the same.
Right.
Sitting there with that physical album while you're listening and you're looking at all the little pictures and you're like, is that Mick Jagger on the cover of a Beatles album? I mean, come on. That is the greatest.
Yep.
Okay, vinyl wins. Audience have any? Yes.
Going back to the topic of Doctor Who, Rose Tyler versus Professor Rivers' song.
Oh, you're just wrong for asking that one. Rose Tyler versus River Song.
I've never heard of River Song before. I guess I haven't.
River Song is the doctor's
Quincy's
wife.
Quincy's not far enough into spoilers. Quincy's not far enough along into the new series to have gotten to that yet. So
all right, let's hear it from you, Ward.
oh my gosh, this is a tough
before
one.
he says his, I'm just gonna say.
All right,
Rose
you go ahead.
Tyler, because
Say
that's
your
the only
one
I
thing.
know.
What
I'm
do you?
just gonna say Rose Tyler because that's the only one I know.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna have to say Rose Tyler because the Rose Tyler ending storyline might have made me cry a little. So
Maybe a little.
It definitely made me cry.
Yeah.
I think you could have filled up one of these coffee cups.
Why does
Okay.
everybody keep saying like stuff about crying? My dad recently said you're gonna cry a lot at the end of
you'll
this season.
know the answer to that one.
Yeah,
We'll get
you're
to
gonna
that
cry
part.
a lot. It's like when E.T. turns into the white dog poo at the end of E.T. It makes you cry. Rose at the end makes you cry. I just equated it to E.T. as the white dog poo. Thank you. All right, let's hear it. Before I tell mine, Rose Tyler or River Song? Rose Tyler?
Woo!
River Song.
I'm sorry, I know I'm the only one that prefers her, but I like her better.
You're not wrong for it. I'm Rose Tyler also, but it's just like that Plastic Man one where you're like, oh, that's a hard one. I love River Song, and I love every time she's on, but it's what happens in the Rose storyline. It's just like, believe it or not, if you said Donna versus Rose, that is so hard. I would say Rose, but then you think about how it ended for Donna, and it's just a killer. Okay, we're off the Doctor Who thing. Alfred, we all know who. When I say Alfred, we all know who I mean, right?
Alfred the Butler
Versus
Alfred Pennyworth.
Jarvis the Butler.
Oh,
Alfred versus Jarvis, not Jarvis when he's Tony Stark's electronic Jarvis. I'm talking Jarvis the physical butler versus Alfred the physical butler. And I'm going to put a wrinkle on this.
Jarvis?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
I'm going to put a wrinkle on this. I'm talking even the way they've been redefined. Because in the beginning, Alfred was just a butler. In the beginning, Jarvis was just a butler. Now they've kind of given him backstory where there's definitely like an MI6 thing with Alfred, and Jarvis definitely has something going on. Who is it, Jarvis or Alfred?
I'm gonna go with Alfred because I've never actually seen the
Jarvis.
the Jarvis as an actual butler.
Okay.
Besides, I just have always enjoyed Alfred, especially when my mom and dad would they'd record the old classic Batman.
Batman
TV
66.
Show. Like na.
You like the old man one?
Yeah, I like the Alfred when he's got all the gray hair there.
Okay. How about you, Ward?
I'm gonna go Alfred as well.
Yikes. Okay, why?
Alfred's just a character that I think we're just as a culture more familiar with.
Yeah.
I think
Like most people don't think of Jarvis as a butler. They know of him. If they know of him, they know of him as the electronic Jarvis.
Exactly. So I think he's just as cool as he is and everything, and great of a character. I think Alfred's just been so much more. There's so much more story out there. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, come on, he helped make Batman.
All right. I think that this is funny. If you had asked me this 6 months ago, I may have teetered either way, because they both seemed very similar to me. And you could say, yeah, there's more history with Alfred, like we're more familiar with it, so it would be Alfred. But really, when I'm taking character to character, they were similar. But with the TV shows that are currently on, we've got Agent Carter, and I love Jarvis on that, and I can't wait to see what happens with this Jarvis. And it's pulling this thing in. You think I'm going to say Jarvis, but the portrayal of Alfred on Gotham is the best. I am so intrigued by this dark, history-riddled character that it is all Alfred for me. All right, audience, what is it? Jarvis or Alfred? Jarvis? Alfred.
Woo!
Sorry, Tennessee, you lose. It is all Alfred. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Who didn't we do on here? This one you're not going to know. So, did you watch The Shield or The Wire?
No, I did not.
Okay, we can't do that one. That one's a good one. Did the audience watch The Shield or The Wire? Okay, here's homework. I want you to watch the entire 6 seasons of The Shield, the entire 6 seasons of The Wire by next Saturday, and we'll talk the question again.
I don't think I'd be able to do school and that.
I'm recommending you drop out because these are TV shows, and we all know TV is important.
That's right.
The more you know. Do-do-do-do.
I don't go to school. I don't have to worry about that.
Okay. How about Mario? No, you can't, dude.
Okay.
I gotta edit.
I was enjoying eating your chips.
Yeah, but you can't do that when we're talking on a microphone.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Mario versus Sonic.
Mario. Sonic's not actually doing too good after his latest game because they came out with Sonic Boom Rise of Lyrics. Oh my goodness, I watched an entire playthrough of that. That game is super glitchy.
We've tapped into Quincy's knowledge pool here.
Yes, we have. But what about the characters themselves? Which is the better character, Mario or Sonic?
Mario, because a lot of people more know him, and well, character-wise, I'd go Sonic because there's some people who have gotten deep in research and stuff about Mario. In a way, he's kind of like a really bad person because he's stomping on Goombas
Turtles and
Koopas. If you're going to talk to me about video game stuff, you're going to have to say it the right way.
Oh, sorry.
You will be corrected.
You will be correct.
So what do you think? Mario or Sonic?
I'm going to have to go with Mario simply because Mario has been a live-action character on that bad Mario TV show.
Shut up. Oh, yeah, with Captain Lou Albano.
Yep.
Remember when he was Mario? And he had the rubber band stuck to his face? What's up with that?
I don't think... No, yeah.
He was Mario.
Yeah, he was Mario.
But
and then
you know what?
Luigi.
Then you get the Bob Hoskins Mario, which is... It's one of those things where it's terrible and amazing all in the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the Reese's of bad entertainment.
Good and bad in the same thing. The first thing I think of is grapes. I don't like grapes, but I do like grapes.
When you put Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo as Mario and Luigi in this terrible movie, it suddenly becomes awesomeness.
Yes.
That goes up in the greatest of all-time bad film festivals.
Yes,
Definitely. That one,
Definitely.
Flash with Sam Jones, right there. Yep. We're talking just delicious. My Delicious Boys is what we're talking there. That sounded weird. Okay, so which is it? Mario or Sonic?
I'm going to say Mario.
Okay, audience. Is it Mario or Sonic? Mario? Sonic? There's that one voice again.
Nope.
Oh, 2! Sorry, guys. Sonic loses. Yeah, you know what? Here's the problem with Sonic. He just runs fast. He doesn't really, Mario doesn't have much of a story, but there's been so much over time that you kind of take him as an iconic character, whereas Sonic is a one-trick pony.
Well, actually,
he runs fast and spins.
Hold on. No, there's something different about Sonic though. If I've been following Sonic stuff for a while. There were 3 different TV shows about Sonic.
Okay.
So
are you going to change your vote?
4 different there was.
I want you to write a book report on this and get back to me with
Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic Underground.
Okay, here's another question
Sonic
then.
Hedgehog,
For the
Sonic
bad guys, if we're talking those bad guys, Bowser versus Dr. Robotnik.
You have to be more specific. Dr. Robotnik was the first one, and then he became Dr. Eggman.
Okay, all of the above versus all of the above Bowsers. Oh, I think that's a better character than Mario or Sonic, to tell you the truth.
Wait,
My vote is Robotnik. I think he's more interesting. When I see him in things, I'm always like, what's that guy doing? Whereas Bowser's just a big turtle with spikes on his back.
Well, he's
Although he does go, "Ugh," which I like.
I mean, there's something about just the primal animal that is Bowser that attracts me. I don't know what.
Okay.
I'm going with.
Do you need to be alone with him? Or?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
I'm going with Eggman because just more as a character, not much as a character, but he was pretty hilarious. And
Hilarious.
No, hilarious.
I know. I said that.
Oh.
You mean on the show?
No, not on the show, like in the games. It's
Okay, so he's a funny character.
Yeah, it's funny because in Sonic Adventure 2, which was the second one to have 3D graphics for it and stuff, which added Shadow the Hedgehog. A lot of people like Shadow. When they did that, it was funny because what he was doing was he was making this giant laser destroy the Earth and then build himself a giant, or as he called it, egg fortress thing.
Yeah.
And the funny part about that is, if you think about it, it's if he actually does succeed with this, it's I've just destroyed the Earth, now it's time to build it. And then Shadow comes up and he's like, well, what are you going to build it out of? Because you just destroyed the Earth with all the materials. So I
there's
find
more
that,
character there.
Yeah, I find it more funny.
What do you
him.
think? So you're saying Bowser, you're saying Eggman / Robotnik. What does the audience say? Dr. Robotnik?
Woo!
No opinion. What about Bowser? Bowser won. I actually like Robotnik more, so you're all wrong. Anyone have any good cage matches they want to throw out? Yeah.
It is the Ebony Sword from Black Knight and the Avengers, or Excalibur from King Arthur.
Okay, the Ebony Sword from the Avengers, the Black Knight has in the Avengers, versus Excalibur.
Yes.
I don't know the Ebony Sword well enough to debate this. Do either of you know it well enough?
No, I don't even know what the Ebony Sword is. I know what Excalibur is, though.
I'm trying to. I remember the Ebony Sword. I remember the character. I'm trying to remember the. Did it have power? What was its powers?
It can reflect any energy back at the person.
Oh, it can. Oh, that's right. It reflected. Right, absorbed and shot back energy. Right, like a.
And you couldn't do anything like
Oh, yeah.
that.
Ooh.
Was, at the very end of the Black Knight, he just turned into Ebony.
So, that's a tough one. Now that you know what it is, what do you think?
I mean, Excalibur was a big deal. It came from the Lightning Lake, but it didn't really do anything so
Right.
special.
I mean, he pulled it out of a rock, but what did it do?
It was just a really strong, sharp sword after that, right?
Yeah.
It was more of just a
You know
legend
what?
then.
You know
so.
what? The Hanzo blade in Kill Bill versus Excalibur.
Ooh.
It's the same thing. And you know what? It's Hanzo blade.
Right.
So that debate's over. So what do you think, Quincy? From what he said, does one get you?
The Excalibur, it's sheep. When it's born, you cannot get hurt.
Oh, you can't
I've
be
never heard that
hurt when it
before.
has the sheath. Oh. Wow.
I think I would go with the Ebony Blade. It seems like it would probably be the better weapon of the two.
How about you, Quincy?
Wait, we're still doing Excalibur and
Versus the Ebony Sword.
the Ebony Sword
Or Ebony
and
Blade.
Excalibur. I don't know. I'm going with Excalibur. 'Cause
All right.
I don't know what the Ebony
Audience?
Blade is.
Ebony Blade? 1. Excalibur?
Woo!
All right. Excalibur wins because you've heard of it. Okay. So let's do one more. We'll wrap it up. Does anyone have a good suggestion, or am I going to have to make up one?
Don't you have more on your list?
Boxers
Okay,
versus
we've got a
briefs.
couple of suggestions. Let's start with Maggie. We'll move around to you, Maggie. Spider-Man versus Captain America, and then we'll come to you for yours. Spider-Man versus Captain America, not bad. That's
Yeah,
Edward's
that's a good one,
disappointed
Maggie.
in that one. Which one's the better character? No, we're not doing which one's the better character. We just put them in a cage. They have to fight it out.
Oh, man.
They have to fight it out. Which one wins? Now I know what you're going to think initially, but give it some thought. Spider-Man or Captain America?
Yeah, I'm thinking Captain America would win because Spider-Man would be probably try and surround himself in a ball of web, but Captain America's shield would be able to just cut through it and get to him.
Okay, let's take away the webbing and the shield.
So no weapons.
No weapons.
Just
Just fist fight.
Fist fight.
mano a mano. Toe to toe.
Just
I think-
a cage.
I think Spider-Man because he'd probably climb around on the bars and stuff, and Captain America would eventually get kind of tired.
All right. That's an argument. What do you say,
know.
Ward?
I don't know, man. This is tough.
This is a hard one. Good one, Maggie. Good one.
This is a really good one, Maggie, because, I mean, they both got the super strength. They got the stamina. They've both got the agility.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm switching back to Captain America.
I don't know. Gosh, a real fight, it may just come down who gets the lucky shot with those two, you know. I'm going to have to say Spider-Man simply because I loved Spider-Man growing up. He was one of my
you have the
favorite
love
characters.
factor in it.
So, yeah, I'm just going to have to say, pick fanboy and
Okay.
go with Spider-Man. Because
So
I don't know that it's a clear-cut
Spider-Man, right?
who would win the fight.
Spider-Man.
I actually think that Spider-Man will win, and I'll tell you why. I think Captain America is too much of a Boy Scout. I think when it came time to do the death shot, Captain America, I can't do it, Spidey. You're just a teenager, and that's not the American way. And Spider-Man, I think at some point would be like, you're killing me. I have to kill you.
Right.
And I'm a spider. I'm going to take your head off, and I'm going to suck your guts out of your neck. Because he's a spider, right?
Well, and
Spiders don't do that.
Another thing I just thought of that I'd forgotten about, Spidey sense.
Spidey sense.
Does that
He
give
could
him the
sense-
Jedi-like advantage
Yes.
over?
So he doesn't have weapons,
Steve?
but he has spider sense.
Right.
You know
so
what
does
I
he
just
see
thought
the
of?
punches
What if
coming?
like Spider-Man got if his spider sense got doubled in power? Would he be able to like lift things with his mind, kind of like?
Like a Jedi?
Yeah, because he says like the Force.
That'd be awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to go think about that tonight.
Da-da-da-da,
Okay, audience.
da,
Captain America
Spider-Man.
or Spider-Man fighting it out in a cage. Who wins? Spider-Man? Captain America. Whoa! Whoa! Captain America wins!
Whoa.
Wow, okay.
I think we just got a bunch of patriots in this room. That's
Last one.
Spider-Man got to be the most powerful superhero in the whole universe.
He actually, they did a thing, I remember back when we were kids, they did a thing where it was, which one's more powerful, Hulk or Spider-Man? And they showed him, like, lifting cars and things,
remember
and
that
Spider-Man was stronger, even though,
Got to be the most powerful
yes, Spider-Man wins.
hero in the universe.
And he bites Captain America's head off and eats his guts. What was that last one?
Sam Winchester versus Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Great one. Final one. Sam Winchester from Supernatural versus Buffy.
I haven't heard of the Supernatural 1 character, and Buffy sounds vaguely familiar. So,
So I'm going Buffy because I've heard of her. How about you, Ward?
I'm gonna have to say Buffy. Buffy always managed to just pull it out of her handbag, so to speak.
Yeah.
She always just pulled through right at the end. Something
Yes.
happened, whether it was the Scooby Gang helping out.
I went home and I gave her the same reason.
Yeah,
Buffy
it's-
had better writers. Buffy
Well, yeah. I mean, come on.
even come close to losing.
I've not been a close fan of Supernatural, so I've not seen it all. But the fact that when Buffy and Faith had their big fight on the balcony, and Buffy ran up onto the flower thing, jumped up in the air, and came down with just this like falling down, straight down hook punch thing. I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, come on.
I think that was beautiful how you described it. I got a little tear.
It was. I mean, yeah, it was.
You're Dorothy Parker of Buffy, of geekdom. You're the Dorothy Parker of geekdom. Okay, so a literary reference. No one reacted. You reacted. Okay, boo. Is it Buffy or is it Sam Winchester?
Winchester. They're gonna say.
Sam Winchester. Sam Winchester? 2. Buffy. That was a lame duck, and I thought that was an excellent one, but it wasn't polarizing.
Which one of the two have died and come back to life more?
I'm going Buffy no matter what. I don't know. But you know what? But you know what?
Buffy's only been brought back twice.
Just like my argument for Plastic Man, it's Buffy. So it's Buffy. Adoy. So, all right, wait, Molly, what do you got? Spit it out.
The Red Queen versus the Queen of Hearts.
Okay, last thing, really fast. Red Queen versus the Queen of Hearts. They were on Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. They're from Alice in Wonderland. Which one? Is it the Queen of Hearts or is it the Red Queen? Fast.
Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts.
the Red Queen doesn't. I think that was in like Tim Burton's Night.
It's from the books. They're in the books.
Oh, okay.
She's going for the books. Red Queen versus Queen of Hearts.
I'm gonna go with Queen Queen of Hearts because
right.
I just remember that from the classic Disney Alice in Wonderland.
There
It was
you go.
pretty
Red
funny.
Queen or Queen of Hearts? Let's hear it. Red Queen. Woo! She loses. Queen of Hearts.
Woo!
Is it because of the whole off with her head thing? It is, isn't it? All right, that's it. Thank you for attending Geektastic Cage Match, the father-son edition. That was excellent. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Blue Box. Let's hear it for the Blue Box.
Yay!
Have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Can I eat the